crap, Vitali, we're flying! 40 miles an hour!
Yo, you wanna see some real speed? I'll show you some real speed.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the series. In the previous episode of the Hemiway Long Range Challenge, Mike Feedy, Mr. Vitali, and me raced against each other to see who could assemble two bikes the fastest. The winner got to pick which bike they rode for the duration of the trip. And with a questionable victory, Vitali made the obvious choice to ride the Cobra. That left Mike and I on the Zebras, mine the traditional model and his the step-through. And on the first length of our trip down from San Fran to Santa Cruz, I really got a chance to break in, get comfortable, and appreciate just how smooth these e-bikes are. Now, if you didn't remember, Himiway sent me the cruiser bike, and I would say that the Zebra is just a much more refined version of that. And while this might not be the coolest looking bike, it is ergonomically friendly and really offers a comfortable riding position. There were a variety of mini challenges throughout the day, such as keeping track of your mileage and taking a picture of the odometer every 10 miles starting at 8, which I think I ended up winning, but throughout the course of the trip, it became less about the challenges and more about working together to go the distance and showcase what these bikes can do. After spending the night in Santa Cruz, which was by far my favorite stop of the trip, we headed to a local trail system called Wilder Ridge.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And send it to him.
As soon as we got off the pavement, Mike and I were right at home, and we really got a chance to test out the off-road capabilities and the performance that these fat tires and front suspension offered. Now, the Cobra is a full suspension bike, and while that is definitely superior, I was still able to conquer just about everything I put the Zebra up to.
All right, so part of the contest, we had to figure out who would get the best photo, and he just hit up this random stranger to jump on the back of the bike for the photo. So he got a photo with a stranger, and probably one of the best photos.
Grab on them hips.
Get friendly with it.
Yeah, you gotta get friendly.
Flex it too, I love it.
So we're out here testing the two-up capabilities on the Hemiway. It can't be done. Yeah, take it from him. He said if he was into bikes, he would buy one, so that's cool. What's your name? Where are you from?
Alvin, I was born in Albania.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.
So far, we really got to test out some of the capabilities of these bikes off-road. We've had a lot of fun taking it off some jumps and testing out the suspension, and these things are actually surprisingly good off-road. So we've got a hill climb challenge later, so I'm gonna do my best, have some fun, and try to win the best photo contest. I actually got a stranger to ride on the bike, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the day. The next few hours were spent cruising the trail system, enjoying the bikes, and taking in the ocean air. The overcast skies, the mist off the water just gave things a completely different vibe, and we were able to capture some amazing shots. With still much to explore, it was time to get back to business and saddle up for the downhill challenge. With the tight and narrow trails, what was supposed to be a side-by-side race turned into a time trial. We got Magic Mike, #1 contestant, winning it big, Hemiway Zebra, and go! He's got some speed, baby, yeah! We each lined up at the same mark and set off down the hill at full speed. Mike went first and had a promising run, but he came in with a little too much sauce and missed his turn.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Just fell off. No more racing today. Wait, it's falling.
You ready?
Go!
After recovering the fallen drone, it was my time to shine, and I tore off down the hill, giving it my best shot. Oh! Oh! Oh my good God! I decided to play it a little bit safe so I could be sure to make the turn, and I felt like I had a decent run. Vitali was the last to go down, and throughout the course of the trip, he was definitely on the cautious side of things and put an emphasis on safety.
This is not safe, man.
It's not safe, but it's fun. But when it was his time to go, he went all in and fully sent the Cobra to the finish. Now, we won't know the final result until the film crew uploads their edit, but man, I think he took this one home, and much respect to him for stepping outside of his comfort zone. We were supposed to hit another trail system later on, but bicycles ended up not being allowed.
Karen, I see you. I see you, Karen.
So we found a few technical sections nearby and further tested these bikes off-road. I think a lot of people would be surprised at the capabilities, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the rider. And while these bikes aren't necessarily made for this, it can be done, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Hell yeah.
We had a busy morning and put a lot of hard miles in, so we headed back to the hotel to unwind and have a brief chat about the day. Gotta rep the brand.
Try to get those extras out.
What's going on, everybody? So this morning we started out the day at Wilder Ridge, did some beautiful trail riding on the shore. That had to be one of my favorite parts of this day. We really just got to see the scenery, the California vibes, and really just got to soak in the views and everything in the area. I will say I am very, I don't want to say surprised, but pleased with how the bikes did off-road. For not having rear suspension on the Zebra, it actually performed really well, even compared to the Cobra, which is a little bit more expensive. So for a budget option, I really think the Zebra is a great value, and I've had a blast riding it the whole time.
Yeah, the race is pretty cool. Actually, I liked it and I want to do it again. And I feel like we should have had a longer race. Mike was bombing down the hills, like he was going really fast. And I was like, whoa, this is like, it's fun, it's cool. But to me, like safety is the most important thing for me. So I'm like, okay, this might not be safe for me. So I was kind of hesitant, but after first try, I'm like, I want to do it again. Like, it was so much fun, and the bikes actually handled pretty well. I had advantage because I had more suspension, right? So I felt like I had more control, and I'm curious to see what will be the time at the end between the three of us. But yeah, I like that. That was cool. And I don't have this kind of terrain in New York. So I try to go to Central Park or New Jersey or Connecticut, somewhere nearby, and get some trails, but they're not so extreme. They're a little bit more mild. So that was a lot of fun. I like that.
So much fun. We did some really sick hill bombs, and then I did a jump that this bike isn't necessarily made for, but it withstood the impact and still rode the rest of the day, so I'm pretty pumped on that.
After a debriefing and a peaceful stay at the Abrego in Monterey, it was now time for what was all agreed upon as the best part of the trip, the ride down Highway 1. Now, I've seen a lot of what the US has to offer, but let me tell you, these were some of the most breathtaking views that I've seen in my life. For most of the day, the sun was shining, the waves were glistening, and this day felt like a movie and really captured the vision Hemiway wanted to portray. This was one of the most tasking rides of the trip, and we were constantly changing elevation. I actually forgot to swap out the battery before this final stretch, so I ended up riding 10 or so miles with no pedal assist.
You got it!
It is nice to know that you can still ride it like a regular bike, and that's what I love about e-bikes the most, is the lack of range anxiety, especially with the range that these Himiway bikes offer. Just make sure to put it on charge the night before and you are guaranteed to have an incredible day of riding and be able to travel far more than you can on a traditional bike. Overall, this trip was incredible, and once again I want to give a big thank you to Himiway for having me. Be sure to check out Mike and Vitali's channels for their rendition of the trip, and if you are interested in purchasing one of these bikes, you can use my link down below. At the end of the day, I really do love cycling, and it has been a huge part of my life. I'm looking forward to incorporating it more on the channel, and I hope you enjoy the future adventures. Don't have a ride to the airport, so this is my new home, guys. Well guys, today was absolutely amazing. All the way down Highway 1, the views were incredible. The ocean, the waves, everything was just right out of a movie. The experience was awesome. The bikes performed amazing. It was a very comfortable ride. The ergonomics are dialed, the grips, everything. I was very comfortable the whole trip. The views from the bridges were incredible, and yeah, just everything about today was perfect. Riding with the guys, we all had a fantastic time. Really got to show the long range capabilities, and I really do feel like a long range expert. So we're headed back home tomorrow. This pretty much wraps up the whole experience, and I've got to say thank you to Himiway for putting this on. It was an absolutely awesome event with these guys. Couldn't have picked a better group of creators. We are all come from pretty diverse backgrounds, so it made for some really interesting content, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the guys put together in their videos. So definitely highly recommend, and I'm looking forward to riding my Himiway when I get home.
All right, so you guys can just kind of be talking. If you want to do that, go for it. Just kind of some natural B-roll it's just going to be.
That's not natural. Yeah, good ride for the boys. Yeah. Almost lost your life today, man.
Left him hanging.
Sorry, dude. Left us hanging today. We're like all the way out in the distance. It's all right here and right here, dude. You can bench 400 pounds.
Not anymore. I wish I could.
This is a terrible idea.
Glad I'm recording it.
Vitali!
Chicken!
No balls.
Baywatcher.